The next day, Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." When Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him, he said to him, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael asked him, "Where did you get to know me?" Jesus answered, "I saw you under the fig tree before Philip called you." Nathanael replied, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered, "Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these." And he said to him, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." The word of God for the people of God.
Thanks be to God. Well, what's a cowboy fan to do? I mean, it's just something. The Patriots, really? But for a Dallas Cowboy fan to find herself cheering for the Philadelphia Eagles, there's just something wrong about that. I will have you know that I had a great idea. And my idea was that for the Prairie this morning, we would sing "On Eagle's Wings," and then we'd sing that stanza from America the Beautiful that says, "Oh, beautiful for Patriot Dream," and then we'd flip a coin to see who went first. I kind of got frowned down on that. I mean, really, no offense to any Philadelphians or New England Patriots that are here, but really, who cares? I hope you'll have a fun time watching the commercials this afternoon. Cowboys fans might have a sneaking sympathy with poor Nathanael. You know, here's Nathanael. Philip comes to him and says, "Guess what? We have found the Messiah that Moses and the prophets wrote about. It's Jesus, son of Joseph of Nazareth." Now, I don't know if you have ever driven from here to Alamogordo, New Mexico, but if you drive from here to Alamogordo, New Mexico, and you get off the interstate at some point, which you have to do at some point, there are a whole lot of little spit towns that you drive through. And some of them are so small that they don't have a traffic light. They don't even have a stop sign, but they all have a speed trap. Because here you are, coasting about 70 miles an hour, bam, and that speed limit drops down to 40. They creep through this little spit town. That's what Nazareth was like. Little spit town. There weren't many people there. It never did anything. And if you'd even heard of it, then the only thing you could ask would be like Nathanael, "Does anything good ever come out of Nazareth?" And let's face it, that's how Cowboys fans are feeling today. Can anything good really come out of Super Bowl 52? One of my colleagues in discussing this said, "Can't we sing that old standard hymn, 'We Don't Care Who Wins'?" Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Now, when Nathanael asked that question, he was asking on the surface level about one of those little spit towns. Can anything come out of there? The problem is that Nathanael is asking a lot more than that underneath, whether he realized it or not. Because what he was asking was, can anything good come out of a place that I've never heard of? Can anything good come out of a place that never has produced a hero? Can anything good come out of Nazareth? And the real problem with Nathanael, and the problem that Jesus confronts him, is that Nathanael is actually asking a different question. Because what Nathanael is asking is, Can God really be at work in Nazareth? Can God be at work on somebody who's from Nazareth? Now you see, you and I, along with the original readers of the Gospel of John, you and I are reading backwards. We already know what the end of Jesus' story is. We already have figured out who Jesus is. And so when we read backwards, we come to Nathanael's question, can anything good come out of Nazareth? And we all chuckle. We know something good came out of Nazareth, don't we? Can anything good come out of Nazareth? The problem is that this is a trust question from Nathanael. Can Nathanael trust that God is at work in Nazareth? Can God be working in somebody from Nazareth? And underneath that is at least a mildly racial injustice going on. Jesus is going to straighten him out, but Nathanael's brought attitude. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? If Nathanael were to answer his own question, he'd say, nothing good can come from there. I don't know how long it's been since you tried to explain the story of the Good Samaritan to a child. Remember the story of the Good Samaritan? A man fell among robbers, and they beat him and left him for dead, and a priest comes by, and the priest passes by on the other side, and the Levite comes by, and the Levite passes by on the other side, and then a Samaritan comes along and bandages the man's wounds and takes him to an inn and pays for his care. You remember that story? Now the thing is that if you're trying to tell that story to a child, the child is likely to say, well, what's a Samaritan? And if you're really sharp, you'll say, well, it's somebody who lived in Samaria, which does not help at all. Because Samaritans were despised. Worse than being from Nazareth was to be a Samaritan. And children these days don't get that. You and I have worked really hard to bring up children who don't understand that kind of prejudice. In Jesus' day, they would have gotten it instantly. But in our day and age, we've worked really hard to teach the children about acceptance and tolerance. So if you're trying to explain to a child, I don't know what you use these days instead of Samaritan. Used to be back when the old Soviet Union was in power, we could say, well, imagine if you were a communist who was walking by. And that illustration used to work. That didn't work anymore. And we're pretty proud of ourselves. Really, we've done a good job teaching our children. We can't even think of an example to run in there. But we have to be careful because sometimes Nathanael's attitude still comes out. Can anything good come out of Haiti? Can anything good come out of African nations? Can anything good come out of El Salvador? Can anything good come out of Mexico? I suspect that the Olympic Committee is beginning to worry a great deal. Can anything good come out of North Korea? Because they're going to let some of them in. And we're going to see what happens. Those of you who remember September 11, 2001, we were all asking the question then, can anything good come out of Afghanistan? Can anything good come out of Iraq? We still wrestle with the question, can anything good come out of Iran? And as people of faith, you and I twitch at that question. Wait a minute. Because underlying that question is the deeper question, can God be at work in those places? Can God possibly be doing anything good in the people from those places? And our faith says to us, you know God can. I have a colleague whose middle name is Muhammad. He is a third-generation American, but his hair and eyes and skin tone still show his heritage from the Middle East. And every time he's appointed to a church, some people leave. And we know this is happening because they appear at other United Methodist churches. And the question underlying their change is, can anything good come out of a former Muslim family? Those are really uncomfortable questions for the people of faith. And it's not just because of this surface level stuff in terms of national politics. It's because when we start to ask those kinds of questions, eventually we turn them on ourselves. Can anything good come out of me? I'm a sinner. I have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I am not worthy of the grace that God has extended to me. Can anything good come out of me? And the answer to that question is the same. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Well, of course it can. That's where Jesus used to live. And that answer is the same for you and me. Can anything good come out of me? Can anything good come out of you? Why, yes. Because that's where Jesus now lives. Jesus now lives in you, and Jesus now lives in me. So the answer to the question is yes. No matter how we've sinned, no matter where we've turned away, no matter how much we enjoyed the sin, we knew we were doing it, we did it anyway. And then we come to that question, can anything good come out of me? The answer is yes. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? The answer is the same, yes. That's where Jesus is. In the name of the Father, and of the Son,